His teammates are ready. There's the whistle. The kick. The sidewinder kicks it deep in the end zone. I doubt if Tony will run it out. He does not. Touchback. Alabama will put the ball in play at their own 20-yard line. Alabama breaks the wishbone immediately. Tennessee has a 5-man defensive front, shifting around, juggling a little bit. Here is the keep by Rutledge. The pitch back to Major Ogilvie. Ogilvie gets it out about the 25, 28, maybe the 29-yard line. Still from a broken wishbone. Major Ogilvie splits to the right this time. Pugh is wide to the left on the 2nd-and-1 call. Here is Rutledge again being hit behind the line of scrimmage at about the 27-yard line. Crashing through to make the stop on him was linebacker Craig Tukey, the junior from Seattle, and he is a good one, the leading tackler on Tennessee's team. Referee Pete Williams puts the ball just shy of the 28, and so Alabama will face about a 2 1/4 yard third down attempt. Dwight Stevenson out and over the ball as the full house wishbone is set now for the Tide. Rutledge comes out on a delay, gets to Whitman. Whitman bursts over the 30, 35, 36-yard line and down. Fine play as Steve Davis finally circled around to hit him down, the defensive end from Tennessee, but more than enough for the first down, and they ripped open a big hole in the middle of the Tennessee line on that slight delay play. Alabama out over the ball, full house wishbone, 2 wide men this time. Rutledge comes out, pitches back to Ogilvie. Ogilvie wants to throw. He's trying to get outside now. He goes to the 35. He may have gotten about a yard. That's all. I think a pass play was the yard, 2nd down and 9, and Major did a good job to get it back to the 37. Rutledge comes out. He is nailed as he hands off to the fullback, who gets it to maybe the 39-yard line. But Steve Davis from Knoxville came blitzing in and really drilled the quarterback at. Now the Tide faces 3rd down and a long 6 to go, just shy of the 40-yard line. Man in motion is Tony Nathan. Rutledge comes out, looking, wheels it out to Ogilvie. Ogilvie completes it. He's hit down for a loss. Back at the 36-yard line. Roland James came in to hit him down. So with 12 minutes left, Alabama will have to punt, and going deep for the Volunteers is the little speedster, Malone. He can fly, plays the wideout, Robert Malone, and he is from Huntsville, Alabama. So Woody Humphrey, who has a 38-yard average, will kick from his own 35. Here's the snap. The left foot of Booth. Great climbing spiral that drives Malone way back to his own 17. He's coming back upfield to the 20. Trying to break a tackle. He cannot do it as he runs laterally. He's hit down on the 18-yard line by Joe Jones. 1st and 10 for Tennessee at that point. Timeout on the field to score. Tennessee nothing, Alabama nothing. On the very first play, Streeter dropped back, threw a quick out pass to his wide man, Jeff Moore, who brought it back to about the 20-yard line. Rich Wingo came in to hit him down with help from De Niro. So it'll be 2nd down and 8, Tennessee at their own 20-yard line. So Streeter starts off throwing the football. Arbo, the wide out, is split to the left. Streeter with a rather long count on the 2nd and 8. Streeter hands off. Here's throwback, breaks over the left side, the 25, the 30, out to the 40-yard line. Goes number 24, and that was Frank Fox, the senior fullback from Knoxville, and he had a tremendous hold, Doug. He really did, John, and Murray Legg made the saving stop at about the 40 for, had he gotten by him, Fox might have really gone all the way. So a 20-yard thrust by Frank Fox on a little delayed trap play to the left side, and the Vols break it out to their own 40. They have 1 first down. Alabama has 1 first down. Arbo splits to the right on the down call for Jimmy Streeter. The junior quarterback wheels back. Throws quickly over the center. It is incomplete. Great effort by Reggie Harper, but it goes to no avail. He tried to hit his tight end, quickly coming over, and the Tide secondary reacting very well, knocking the pass down at that point. 2nd down and 10. There is no score. We have 10:24 left to go in the first quarter. Robert Shaw is under the center now. Here is Streeter, dropping straight back. He's got some time. Now he runs out of the pocket to the 40, to the 45. He's hit down and dropped at the 46-yard line. Ricky Tucker makes the stop, coming up at the 46.
That's something that Streeter does as well as anybody, John, and that is when he can't find an open receiver and the field is broken, Streeter gets outside the containment.
Pull him down at that point. 3rd and long 3 at their own 46-yard line. Streeter quickly throwing out on the outside, completed to Arbo. I think, inside territory, and it'll be very close to first down yardage. The Tennessee boys think they've got it. Referee Pete Williams goes over to check it. From here, it does look like they have it.
They're going to bring the chains in, John, but you know, that kind of pass, there's really no way to defend it, Jerry Duncan. He just went curled out just enough for the first down, and the back was behind him, playing him perfectly, but that's about all you can do.
He threw the ball before he even made it, before the back made the cut. There's no way to defend it.
They're in between the 49 and 50 in Alabama territory. From the I formation against the five-man front. Jimmy Streeter calls his count. Streeter rolling back, takes one. Looks, goes over the center. It is almost intercepted by Ricky Tucker as he dived in front of Arbo at the 35-yard line. Very close to an interception and a fine alert play by Ricky Tucker.
Good pressure being applied by the Alabama rushers that time on Streeter. It's the first time this afternoon that they've really got back in there on him. And it looked like number 39 was chasing him a bit, John.
Robert Malone, right side. Gary Moore, Jeff Moore, beg your pardon, to the left side. Second down 10. Man in motion is Malone. Streeter rolls left on an option pass throws. It is incomplete. Intended for Malone at the 40-yard line. With the big Reggie Harper tight end in the slot to the left. They're at just past the 50-yard line in Alabama territory. Streeter dropping back. Being rushed. He throws a semi-screen out to the left. And tackle is made on the Tennessee side of the 50-yard line. Frank Fox took it in, and he was hammered down by Barry Krause and E.J. Jr., losing about 2 yards. So it will be fourth down and 12. Fine defensive play on that one. Tennessee's kicker, Dale Schneitman, averaging almost a kick, will have the win with him as he kicks with the line of scrimmage, the Tennessee 48. Here's the snap. Big rush and kick is a little off the side of his foot. Nathan comes up to the 20, calls for a fair catch, and takes it in set point. Time out on the field with a score Tennessee nothing, Alabama nothing. On the first play, Rutledge swings out, hands Ogilvy to the left side, outside left tackle, and he gets it out to the 25-yard line before he is pulled down at that point. Wolf, the senior right end, came in to hit him down. A 5-yard pickup for Major Ogilvy. Second and 5, Alabama at their own 25, no score in the contest. Again, Rutledge operating from the I formation with 2 wide out. Rutledge comes out, gives to Tony Nathan. Nathan gets his first down over the 30 to about the 31-yard line. He was hit by Chris Bolton, one of the linebackers.
I'll tell you, when Nathan burst through the line, it's almost like if I can get one more step, I'm taking it all the way, and that's the way it looked that time, but he did pick it
that time. Alabama first and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Wide man to the left. Rutledge rolls out. He gives to fullback Steve Whitman. Whitman fights his way over the 35 to the 36, maybe the 37. We'll wait and see. He was following the block of Vince Booth. Craig Tukey had a hand on him, and Noonan was the other.
You know, Jerry Duncan, this is what you like your offense to do, keeping it on the ground and picking up 6 yards or so on first down.
Offensive line is coming off the ball real good right now, Doug.
Second and 4 at the 36-yard line. Rutledge comes out. Gives to Whitman. He's wrestled down at about the 39. A swarm of orange jerseys came in there to knock him down.
90.
Number 90, Brad White, defensive tackle, a sophomore. And he made the hit. Third down and less than 1 yard to go. The crowd sensing it as a big possession down for the Tide begins to roar a bit. Here is the gear to Nathan. Nathan gets his first down at about the 42, maybe the 43. Alabama and Tennessee have traded kicks, and Alabama has it now first and 10 at their own 43-yard line. From the full half wishbone, Jeff Rutledge drops back. Look, wants to throw. He is throwing long. Completed on a great catch by Keith Pugh in foul territory at the 37-yard line. And Keith Pugh catches his 10th aerial of the season, and that was a beauty, a perfect strike.
No question about it, John. Rutledge put it just over the ball defender and in between the one that was deep, right into Pugh's hand. Although it was a great catch by Pugh, a diving catch, he goes out of bounds. That's the ball 37. The out-of-bounds play stopping the clock with 6:11. Alabama and ball territory at the 37-yard line. First and 10. Rutledge from a full house wishbone. Calls his count. He rolls out. He is hit behind the line of scrimmage. A great defensive play by Steve Davis, who slammed in and knocked him down at about the 40-yard line. And whoever was supposed to block him forgot to. Flat didn't. Second down and
A short 13 to go, and Bruce Bolton brings the play in. The ball just right at nosing on the Tennessee 40-yard line. 5:45 left in the first quarter, no score. Alabama has driven from their own 20. Rutledge on the second and long, operates from the high. Whitman is right behind him. Nathan is the deep man. Here's the pitch back to Nathan. Nathan looking for a little running room. Fumbles the football. It's recovered by Tennessee at the 38-yard line. So Tony Nathan having a hard time with the handle. Fumbles, and Craig Tukey recovered for the Vols at the 38-yard line. So a big break for the Vols, and regardless of their record, they are an opportunistic football team, and they came up with one right there. The Tennessee has it at their own 38-yard line.
The 11th lost fumble of the year for Alabama, John.
So the Tide defense will be called on. The wide-open attack engineered by Jimmy Streeter. And Streeter comes out, gives to his fullback. Fullback gets maybe 1 yard, that's all. That was Fox going straight ahead. He was hit by Barry Krause, and underneath everything was Lyon. Alabama shifted linebackers back and forth, trying to confuse Streeter as he calls his count. Here is the give to his tailback. Finch roars over the 40 to the 45, maybe the 46-yard line, before Cross can finally drag him down. Tennessee works in the split backfield now rather than the eye. On a third down possession, down called by Jimmy Streeter. Streeter comes up, rolls down the line, pitches back, swinging wide to the 45 is number 36. Finch, he's hit down, shy of first down yardage at about the 47-yard line. Jim Bob Harris came up. He had help from E.J. Jr. And it will be fourth down, about 1 yard to go. These boys are pointing to who's supposed to get the who. And here is the kick. Nathan is going to call for a fair catch and take it in at his own 18-yard line. And he does. Time out on the field with the score: Tennessee nothing, Alabama nothing. Here's the handoff to Billy Jackson, hit right in his track. He might have made a half yard, that's all. Between the Vols and the Tide. Second down 9 for Alabama at their own 19-yard line. Rutledge comes out. Keeps himself, rolls to the left. He pitches out to Ogilvie. Ogilvie has the 25, the 30, out of bounds at about the 45-yard line, right in front of the Alabama bench, and a magnificently executed option play by Jeff Rutledge as he ran the ball past the line of scrimmage. As they were closing in on him, he saw Ogilvie out there, made a perfect pitch, and only the quickness of Roland James kept Ogilvie from possibly going all the way as James peeled back, bumped him out of bounds at the 45. A very big play, a 16-yard gainer for the Crimson. First and 10 for Bama. They're at their own 45-yard line. The hand is to Billy Jackson. Jackson gets one, that's all. The orange jerseys converge on him and bring him down. As that was Davis and Lee North who came in to hit him down. Well, the way referee Williams put the ball down, it's a gain of less than a yard. Stradlin is at the linebacker on the right side for Tennessee. Tennessee with about a 5-4 setup. Here is the give to the second man through, Ogilvie, and he is busted at about the 47-yard line as the defensive right side of Tennessee just would not yield. Dennis Wolf came knifing in. Alabama at their own 47-yard line. Rutledge jumping back, wants to throw, being pressured, gets away, throws over the center. It is incomplete. Incomplete. One of the officials signaled complete as Rick Neal dived for the ball at the Tennessee 40. Other one came rushing up and waved it off incomplete. So it will be fourth down coming, and Tennessee sends in their flyer, Robert Malone. Woody Humphrey will punt, and the line of scrimmage will be Barry Smith is in to snap the ball, and the left footer will punt it against the slight breeze. Rather low pass from center, fielded nicely. Humphrey's kick is a beauty. Hanging there and going down to Malone at his 8. He fumbles the football. Alabama recovers it at the 6-yard line. Recovered by Lou Eichner. Malone fumbles the football. It's squirted out of his hands. Lou Eichner fielded like a shortstop on the 6. He ran it in. I think Lou is a senior, probably hopes to play pro ball. Well, you can take it up and run in with it. But this is still his senior year of college, and Alabama will have it first and goal. Tennessee has lost one fumble. Alabama has lost one fumble.
And the kicking game breaking down right there for Tennessee puts Alabama in excellent position. And Woody Humphrey, if he continues to kick like he has the first two, will have a fine day punting, John.
He is punting. First couple have been great. Sure, the decibels are unbelievable down there, and Rutledge looks back at Pete Williams and says, you know, it's all fair. I have to let my guys hear it. So the only reason you hear silence right now is because Alabama is huddling. You'll hear the chorus coming out again. On the left, Neal on the right, Nathan, Jackson, Ogilvie, and Rutledge. Here's Rutledge coming out. Gives to Jackson. Jackson gets about 2 of those yards to the 4-yard line, following the block of Vince Booth. Good defensive play by Roland James as he came up to hit out there. Leotis Burton, I believe, also had a hand on it. So it'll be second and goal. Second and goal at the 4-yard line. Rutledge from the full house wishbone, 2 tight end offense. Jeff calling his count. He comes out. He rolls to his right. He looks, he throws. It is incomplete. Wide open was Rick Neal, but Neal curled in and Rutledge's pass is behind him. So I think they had a little miscommunication there. Williams trying to settle the crowd down. Eichner going in motion to the right. Rutledge comes out. Now rolls to his left. He pitches back to Sam Travis, the tight end, coming around. Travis takes the pitch back and goes in to score. And how about that? That's a little dazzle that we hadn't seen, Terry Duncan.
No question about it. And I tell you, Major Ogilvie made a great block on the corner that sprung him all the way in the corner, John. He knocked the man flat on his back.
And Rutledge very alertly perceived that he couldn't take it in. He had cut in and figured he might try it. And he saw a couple of iron shirts running before him. He pitched back. Travis made a great grab at it. And so with 53 seconds left, Alabama has gone ahead. Here is the attempt by McElroy. The kick is good. So with 53 seconds left, we have a 7-0 football game with Alabama leading. And as Doug Layton commented, a breakdown of the kicking game on the part of Tennessee, giving Alabama the ball on the 6-yard line.
Well, you're right, John. Alabama covered that 6 yards in 3 plays. And, of course, that third down play was a biggie. The ball was at the 4.
Tied in. It was a great call from the bench.
Alan McElroy will kick off. We'll tell you why in just a moment or two. McElroy is the place kicker, but this is the first time he has kicked off. He advances. His kick is a high floating kick. Not a bad one at all. It goes to the 6-yard line. Arbo has it. Comes back to the 10. He's looking for some running room as he gets over the 20 and close to the 25-yard line. The 4th special unit bring back Billy Arbo. Alabama shifts its defense as the Vols go on the attack. Streeter rolls to his right. He's hit. Rolls across the 25 to the 26-yard line. The man who brought him down on the far side of the field, I believe, was John Morrow. No, it was Wayne Hamilton. Wayne Hamilton. 2nd and 8. Arbo splits very wide to the left in the last 20 seconds. Here is Streeter rolling out on one-pass option. He tucks it under. He's going to run it himself. Drives into the 30, and bingo! He is blasted down at the 31-yard line. Gilliland was there. Main tackler was Marty Lyons with help from Morrow. And that is the end of the first quarter of play with the score, Alabama 7, Tennessee nothing.
Tennessee in third down situations have been successful 1 out of 3 times thus far. This is their 4th opportunity.
And it is 3rd and 3 at their own 31-yard line as we start the second quarter of play from Neyland Stadium. From the split backfield, operating from the veer, Jimmy Streeter looks at the tight offense. He comes riding out, keeps himself, darts in, he's hit down, I believe, short of first down yardage by Wayne Hamilton. Wayne Hamilton out for several weeks. I believe the rest has done him good. He's looked super on 2 defensive plays, and it will be 4th down coming, and Dale Schneitman will kick. This time, Tony Nathan will be a single safety downfield at about his own 22, and Tony wears number 22, and Alabama is going to rush 10 people. Here's the snap to Schneitman. Big rush. He gets it away, and it's a tall, climbing kick. Nathan calls for a fair catch, takes it in at the aforementioned 22-yard line. So the Crimson Tide will put the ball in play at their own 22-yard line. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Alabama Football Network. John Forney with Doug Layton and Jerry Duncan back here at Neyland Stadium. Alabama with Stedman Sheely operating the throttle of the wishbone now. Comes rolling out. Sheely has to Jackson. Jackson over the right side, the 30, the 35, and down at the 36-yard line. Billy Jackson ripped his way out there, and it took a fine open field tackle on the part of Greg Gaines to hit him down at that point. 13 yards for Billy Jack, who had an 87-yarder not long ago. At their own 35-yard line, Stedman Sheely against the 5-man front. Rather long count on the first down call. He comes out. He is hit behind the line of scrimmage on a fine defensive play by Steve Davis, who blitzed through and hit him down at about the 31-yard line.
Davis made a great defensive play that time because Had Sheely been able to get the handoff to Jackson, Jackson would have picked up another huge hunk of yardage here.
Two wide men. Other than that, the wishbone is intact. And Sheely comes out. This time he does give to Jackson, who battled his way to the 35 and maybe the 36 before a couple of Orange jerseys horse-collar him and bring him down. Danny Stradlin was one of them. And I believe James was the other. Red White also helping out.
Alabama 2 out of 5.
Stedman has completed 4 out of 6 in his efforts this afternoon. Not this afternoon, but over the year. Third down and about 9 to go. Sheely comes out. He gives to Jackson to the left side, to the 40, the 45, to the 48-yard line goes Billy Jackson, and a great run. Determined running, finally pulled down by monster man Greg Gaines. But the left side of the Tide opened the real hole then. 6 first downs for Alabama. And they really opened some daylight for Billy Jack, and Billy Jack took advantage of it. Tied at their own 48-yard line. Stedman Sheely operating, coming out, keeping himself, driving to his right. He pitches out to Eichner. Eichner to the 50, 45, bumped out of bounds at the 41-yard line by Roland James. And Stedman Sheely operating the option in superb fashion, pitching at the last possible instant, and it was taken down to the 41-yard line. Probably should be enough for the first down, I believe. The out-of-bounds play stops the clock with 12:35 left in the half. Alabama 7, Tennessee nothing. Tennessee with a 6-man front. Sheely coming out. He gives to Steve Whitman, the fullback, over the 40. Close to the 37-yard line goes Steve. Dennis Wolf had a hand on him, and so did Greg Gaines.
The golden leaves of autumn. They're floating down onto the surface here.
Neyland Stadium, you can't see the Tennessee River. One of the most beautiful sights in football, really, used to be to sit up and watch the boats along the river.
All we see now is thousands of faces.
And orange bunting. Stedman Sheely drives out, keeps himself, gets away from one tackler, goes to the 35 to the 31-yard line, close to first down yardage on a nifty bit of running by Stedman Sheely, who was hit back at about the 37 by Chris Bolton, but he eluded him, and Tukey finally came in to hit him down. It is another first down for the Tide. Tukey was a boy that hurt his knee last year. He was a fine player year before last, and he's picked up. He's Tennessee's leading tackle. As Alabama has moved from 22, Sheely on the running type wishbone, stands, hands off to Joe Jones. Joe Jones, nice over right guard to the 24-yard line. And Jerry Duncan, the way that forward wall is moving off has got to be gratifying to the offensive coaches.
John, it certainly is now. So I believe that's part of our second unit in there, John. They're doing an outstanding job. I know Sheeta's doing a great job running the option plays.
It is. It's Wiley Barnes, Scott Allison. The offensive unit. They're second down and about 3. Inside the 25-yard line. Sheely comes out. He gives to his fullback Jackson, who gets just about a hard yard, and I expect Billy Jack sort of a marked man in there. Steve Davis slanted over to hit him, and also Chris Bolton was there. So Alabama has third down and about 2. And they send Bruce Bolton wide to the left where the running room is. The give is to Joe Jones. Jones is hit short of first down yardage at about the 21.5-yard line. Greg Gaines came in to hit him down from his monster man position. Well, let's see. Sheely looks over and signals to the bench that there is...
Well, it's apparent they're going for it, John.
Yeah, they're going for it because Rick Neal has come in. It'll be fourth down, and the crowd begins to roar as they realize the drama of this play. They hand off to Eichner. Eichner dives and gets his first down inside the 20-yard line. He went over the broad back of sophomore Scott Allison from Titusville, Florida. First and 10 for Alabama. Davis and Chavis led the Tennessee tacklers, but the damage was already done as Lou Eichner went airborne. Stedman Sheely has driven his team from his own 22. He's at the Tennessee 20. Stedman comes out. He gives to his trailing back, Lou Eichner. Eichner gets close to the 17-yard line. Jenny Noonan led the tacklers as the orange jerseys swarmed all over, and Craig Tukey was also there.
This drive, John, that started at the Alabama 22, that was the 12th offensive play of the drive. There have been no passes. It has been all on the ground.
Keith Pugh has come in replacing Bolton, and Keith goes wide to the right. Rick Neal is split to the left. Line of scrimmage is a 17, second down, about 7. Stedman Sheely from the full wishbone. gives to Jackson. Jackson can't go any place. The Tennessee defensive line rose up and slapped the Alabama offense away then, and Brad White and Steve Davis came in. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. This half has moved right along. Bolton goes wide to the right. Crowd roaring again on the 3rd down call. Sheely comes up. Drives in, keeps himself. He drives into the 10. 5. Touchdown for Stedman Sheely. As he saw a big gap in the Tennessee defense, and he rolled right through it. And you know, Stedman, you could see when he opened up his full speed, he was limping a little bit. He still hadn't recovered from that knee operation there.
John, Clark Duncan, the replacement man for Tennessee, it was such a good fake. He came up and ran right by Sheely, and Sheely had the ball.
Maybe he got fucked up from Howden like you was. So here's McElroy to kick from Jones's hold. He goosed it up. Jones is going to try to run it. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Kevin Jones bobbled the snap from center. The kick cannot be made. Time out on the field for the score. Alabama 13, Tennessee nothing.
Team defense, and he knows the first unit is taking a break.
Here is McElroy kicking with the one. Another fine kick by the Tuscaloosan. Puts the elbow down at the goal line. He's going to run it out, however, and he gets down to about the 18, maybe the 19, before the white jersey specialty team. I see Mike Sutton was there, so was Bruce Bolton, and so was Alan McElroy, who doesn't hesitate at all to stick his snoot into all of that heavy action. So the line of scrimmage will be deemed to be the 19-yard line for the Vols, who trail now by 13. And we have, I think it's maybe the second unit quarterback. We'll check it. But no, it's still Streeter. Streeter throwing, almost intercepted and picked off by Murray Legg. He could have walked into the end zone. A quick out intended for Arbo, and Murray, who had an interception last week, got his hands on it. Couldn't quite hang on to it. It had some mustard on it. It was humming. Branch is in there, the running back spot, along with Hubert Simpson. Here is on a delay to Simpson. Simpson coming up the middle, over the 20, gets it out to about the 24-yard line. Hubert Simpson before he is brought down, and the hit was made by Ricky Gilliland. Ricky Gilliland helped from Tucker, and it'll be 3rd down and 5. And I believe that maybe James Berry, the highly heralded freshman, yes, is the other one. So we're set to go, 3rd and 5. Jimmy Streeter on the attack. Count, rolls out, rolling to his right. He flips a little lob pass, completed to the 30 to 31-yard line. Completed to Simpson. Simpson is hit at the 31-yard line and pulled down. McNeil. And it was a fine grab by Simpson. And some of the Tennessee fans thought an Alabama boy might have hit a little bit late. And that was the reason for the muttering in the background. So a big 3rd down conversion. Gary DeNiro coming in, replacing Wayne Hamilton at defensive left end. From the eye, the line of scrimmage, their own 32-yard line. Jimmy Streeter with Simpson behind him. Fakes to his tailback, throws over the middle, it is incomplete, and Marty Lyons really lowered the boom on Jimmy Streeter. Because whoever was supposed to block Lyons didn't, and so Jimmy did a fine job of getting the ball away. 2nd and 10, Tennessee from their own 32-yard line. Slot formation to the left. Alabama's defense adjusts that way. Streeter being blitzed, throws over the head of one Alabama defender. He has a man in the clear. That goes to the 40-yard line, to the 43-yard line, and about 4 flags come flying down, and a clipping is the preliminary indication. I'll go along with you, Doug, a short 14. And Tennessee operates with a slot formation to the right. Man in motion now is Arbo against the grain to the left. Streeter giving to Simpson, his fullback, over the left side, over the 30 to about the 33-yard line, and that's all. Gilliland was there. Underneath everything is Curtis McGriff. So Curtis had a big hand on that one. had blown, and Tennessee will be guilty of delay of game.
Delay of game is
Third down now, and about 14 yards to go. Wide man left and right, and Jimmy Streeter's offensive set. Four-man rush for Alabama. Streeter fakes inside to his tailback. He wants to throw. Now he's going to run it down to there. He comes out to the 35. Still in his feet at the 46-yard line. A great run by Jimmy Streeter, converting a third down. Don McNeil brought him down, but gives Streeter a great deal of credit for coming out of that on 3rd and 14. Just a tremendous play by the little junior quarterback from Silver, North Carolina.
That's what he does best, John. Gets out of the containment act and really move with the ball.
You know, at dinner last night, John, we were talking about that with the coaches. They said that was the main thing that they were concerned about, was Streeter getting out of the pocket, you know, and running.
Well, you could sure see him do it then. That was a tremendous play. At the 46, to Tennessee, the Vols in possession. The handoff is to Hubert Simpson. Tries the left side, gets about one, that's all. Rich Wingo led the Alabama tacklers as they come shooting in from the right side on him. And as they unpile, Krause is also there, and so was big Curtis McGriff. Frank Fox has come in on a 2nd and 8 call. He's there at the fullback post. Jimmy Streeter rolls out to the right. He wants to run it himself. Now he pitches back to his tailback, Barry. Barry still on his feet at the 50-yard line, and he finally has to be wrestled out. A great effort by James Barry, a freshman, who took the ball instead of being hit back at the 50, just by dint of his own perseverance, fought off about 5 white shirts and took it all the way to the 46-yard line in Alabama territory. And as he went down right in front of the Tennessee bench, and the Tennessee coaches and players went over and very justifiably patted him on the back. A tremendous individual effort by James Barry, just a freshman from Natchez, Mississippi. 3rd down and 2. Tennessee at the tied 46-yard line. Streeter coming out, darts inside himself. He gets his first down at about the 41-yard line. He was hit by the Tide linebacker Rich Wingo on an open field tackle, but that was a very nifty play by Jimmy Streeter. They've moved the ball from their own 19-yard line. They're at the Tide 41-yard line. Streeter drops back, throws quickly to Moore. Moore completes it at the 36-yard line, and Don McNeil knocked him down immediately. About a 5-yard pickup, and it will be 2nd down and 5. That's a pass that Streeter throws so well. They just steps back and fires it. And they have it 2nd and 5 at the Tide 36-yard line. Streeter with a slot formation left. Streeter rolls to the right. They give it to Barry. Barry over the 30 to 29-yard line. He gets his first down plus. McGriff and Wingo make the stop. But Barry is a hard and determined runner. He has averaged 3.2 per carry, and he has looked awfully good. So is E.J. E.J. is just a sophomore. Barry is a freshman and front by 13. Simpson is the up back. Barry the deep back. Streeter rolling out. Pitches back to Barry. Trying to get Barry into the open. He is hit at the 25. Pulled down at about the 23-yard line. Barry Krause nailed him, and I think Jimmy Streeter was shaken up on that play. Streeter getting up very slowly, and he has called for a timeout. So there is timeout on the field. Let's call 60 seconds. The line of scrimmage, the 23.5-yard line. Streeter from the split backfield sends Arbo in motion right. Streeter dropping back. Wants to throw. Throws over the middle. Completes his big tight end at about the 18-yard line, and it should be very close to first down. Harper took it in. Alabama was trying to put a blitz on him, and again, the lack of pass rush by the Tide defense playing a role in the completion there.
It's first down, number 7 for Tennessee.
Streeter from the split backfield with Simpson and Barry behind him. Maybe an audible here. It's a long count. He sends out. Wolf is left. I believe the play was busted, and he still takes it down to the 15-yard line. And he was hit down by E.J. Jr. Pickup of about 3.
I think you're right, John. Everybody went to the right. Streeter curled to the left.
A minute 15 left to go. Line of scrimmage is the Tide 15. Wide man to the right is covered by McNeil. From the high formation, Streeter rolls out, now pitches to Barry. Barry with a full head of steam gets it into about the 11-yard line before he is dropped. The tackle was made by Barry Krause and by Don McNeil. And the clock is still moving with 50 seconds left to go. Third down and about 3. The ball to 8 for the first down. They're on the hash mark on the near side of Neyland Stadium. Man in motion is Arbo going to the left. Streeter rolling back to his left, being chased by McGriff. McGriff pulls him down at about the 11-yard line. Great play by Big Curtis, who broke through, circled around, followed the man, and knocked him down.
Did not get the first down, John. Tennessee has called a timeout.
28-yard effort by Alan Duncan. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air. It is good. So with 18 seconds left to go, we have a 13-3 football game. Johnny Majors, having seen his team march from the Tennessee 19 all the way to the Tide 10 and facing fourth on about 2.5, didn't want to come away empty-handed. Alan Duncan, who's the place kicker, comes forward. He boots it full. And Tony Nathan will just simply take it in the end zone, touch it down, touch back, and the ball will come out to the 20. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Alabama Football Network. And to operate, full house wishbone, double tight end. He just simply drops on the football, and Alabama content to take a 10-point lead off the field at the half. Tennessee, I believe, is equally content because they're letting the clock run. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Beautiful afternoon, hard by the banks of the Tennessee River, and a fine football game between two of the nation's great traditional rivals. And Alan McElroy will have to do the honors for the Tide because of the injury to Penny Clark, and his kick soars down toward Arbo, about 2 yards deep. He's going to bring it out. And he comes up, that's Malone, over the 15 to about the 19-yard line. It was not Arbo, it was Robert Malone. And Malone brings it out, and once again, McElroy is down there on the thing. And Krause is also there. Barry Krause has been very much in evidence this afternoon. So Tennessee starting the second half of play, trailing by 10. Ball player, a slender, spindly boy from Silver, North Carolina, but he has been the Tennessee offense this afternoon. They trail by 10. Streeter rolls out. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage at about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. Gary De Niro shot in from his left tackle position, hit him down quickly, and McGriff closed it out. Forward him along to you. I did hear where Ole Miss is leading South Carolina 10-0. Here it's 13-3 Alabama. Second down call on a delay. The give is to a running back on a draw play. Who comes out, he's going to be thrown for a loss of about a yard at about the 17-yard line, as it was Kelsey Finch, and Murray Legg got around there over on him, and so did Marty Lyon. So it'll be third down, a little bit better than 12 yards to go. Opening moments to play in the third period. Bathed in sunlight is Neyland Stadium this afternoon. Perfect afternoon for football. Slot formation on the third down long call. Billy Arbo goes in motion to the right. Skater drops back, looks, throws against the counter to the 25 to the 27-yard line, completed and down. Ricky Tucker brings him down, but it's first and 10 for the Vols as the pass play goes to Jeff Moore. No, it's not enough, John. No, I'm sorry, excuse me. I beg your pardon. I had my lines mixed up. I was thinking it was the 32. It is the 27, so I apologize for that. Particularly on the Alabama Network, I apologize. At the 27. It is punt formation. The snap back to Schneitman. Schneitman's kick is wobbly. Nathan may have a chance to return it. He takes it in at the 34-yard line. He's got some running on to the left. He comes to the 45 to the 47-yard line, and he's pulled down. Had he been able to escape possibly one orange jersey across the way, he could have gone a long way. The Alabama blocker was peeling back to get him, couldn't quite get to him. Jay, how does that look to you? Excellent field position for the Tide at their own 48. Tony almost was able to break along them. Rutledge spins back. Hands to Nathan. Nathan breaks this one to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 29-yard line. Tony Nathan slanting in, countering out to his left, and runs the football 23 yards to the 29-yard line. And Alabama's offensive left side really jumped off the ball.
You're right, John. I was going to comment on that. That left side blew a hole in there. Nathan's into the Tennessee secondary before they were really aware of it.
Duncan and Gaines combined to bring him down. Major Ogilvie is split to the right side from the I formation. Jeff Rutledge comes over, throws. It is completed to the 30-yard line to Pugh. Pugh steps up on the tartan turf, and it's going to be out of bounds across the way at about the 28. Wilbert Jones came up from the side back. Gain really of less than a yard.
And he just couldn't get it started.
Second down and almost 10, facing Jeff Rutledge. The hand up to Nathan and trap. Nathan inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Noonan got in. He was just a step away from big gaining. Maybe a TD. But the left side of Alabama's line is doing a number on the defensive right of Tennessee.
In third down converting today.
13-3 is the score. Alabama leading. They face third down and 4. Right in the center of the field as far as the sideline stripes are concerned. Stevenson over the ball. Long count by Rutledge. Fumbles the football. Dives on it at the 24. He got it, but I think he was calling the audible, and it was a bad exchange. Getting up a little bit slowly was Vince Booth. So Alan McElroy comes in ostensibly to attempt the field goal. He places the tee at the 36-yard line, at the 31-yard line. It will then be a 41-yard attempt. Allen has been successful on 3 out of 5. Barry Smith will snap. Here's the snap. The kick is in the air. It is floating, and it is good. Timeout on the field with the score, Alabama 16, Tennessee 3.
The Tide bogged down inside Tennessee territory and settled for a 41-yard McElroy field goal at 16-3.
Here's McElroy's advance. The kick will go toward Robert Malone, about 5 yards deep in the end zone, and he downs it. Touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Harbaugh is now in motion to the left. Tennessee from the I. And the give is to his fullback. The ball is fumbled. Falling on the football is Barry Cross at about the 13-yard line. Barry Cross recovers the football as it was fouled, I believe, by Kelsey Finch. And it went back to the 14-yard line, and Barry Cross recovers it. That was sort of an agonizing situation because you had 4 white jerseys. The rest of the orange jerseys were going the other way. And you had 4 white arms sort of clawing at it.
It looked like Finch didn't even know he lost the football, did it, George?
Alabama with a big break. They had a break like that in the first quarter a while ago. Rutledge comes out. He keeps himself. Hurdles the line of scrimmage to the 10, about to the 6-yard line. Super running by Jeff Rutledge. Jeff looked like he was sort of bellying it to Steve Whitman. He pulled it back, and he was sort of grabbed by a couple of people. He just hurdled the line like Nathan sometimes does and took it down for about 8 yards to the 6-yard line. It'll be second down. Alabama 16, Tennessee 3, and the Tide trying to do something about it. From the full house wishbone, Jeff Rutledge calls his count. Double tight end offense. The Tide scored off that. Here is the give to Whitman. Whitman rams into the end zone. Touchdown for Alabama. As again, the left side of the Alabama offensive line, Jerry Duncan, wiped out the Tennessee right, and it's a 6-yard scamper for Steve Whitman.
John, on the last couple of plays, or like Doug commented a few minutes ago, they've just been no match for Alabama on the left side over there.
And Alabama is going for 2 as they lead 22-3, and they send Nathan in motion to the right. Rutledge rolls out, being split the penalty play. He sees a man in the end zone, and he hits Rick Neal. However, there was a penalty on that play, and let's see what the call will be.
There is a penalty down, and one official is signaling no. We'll just have to wait and see.
I think it was against Alabama because the Tennessee boys are saying push him back.
Well, let's see whether they'll go for the kick then, if it's a major distance penalty.
Because he was pressured, and he picked up not just the secondary, I think about the third possible receiver. Here's Kevin Jones to hold. The snap, the kick is in the air, and it is good. So there is time out on the field with the score. Alabama 23, the Tennessee Volunteers 3.
McElroy preparing to kick off again for Alabama. Really boomed that extra point attempt through. That could have been a 45-yard field goal attempt, really. But at any rate, Alabama leads it now 23-3. As McElroy advances.
McElroy's kick sails towards Robert Malone, and he has to field it about 8 yards deep in the end zone. Quite understandably, it's a touchback. So Jimmy Streeter, a valiant and nifty little quarterback, has the football at his own 20-yard line. He rolls out. He wants to throw. He's pumping and throwing long for more. It is almost intercepted by Jim Bob Harris at the 40-yard line in Alabama territory. And Alabama has gotten beat down the left side several times, but in that case, Ricky Tucker and Jim Bob Harris were in excellent field position, covering Moore in the umbrella Alabama defense. Second down 10 for Tennessee at their own 20-yard line. Fakes a draw play, swings it out and incomplete over to Berry. James Berry is that freshman that we talked about, and he can fly, but he couldn't get the football. It was a bad throw. 4-3, Alabama front. Here's Streeter faking inside. Wants to throw, gets away from one Alabama tackler. Going to run it down to the end of the 20, 25. Close to first down yardage at the Maul finally pulled him down with help from Wingo, and I believe it's going to be short.
And Streeter's hurt, John. And he is short off the first down. He got it to the 29. That's a yard short. So the Tennessee kicking unit comes on, but Streeter is still down on the field. He really took a blow that time. About 3 Alabama tacklers converged on him simultaneously and dropped him at the 29, and he stayed dropped.
More or less under his own power, and we're sure glad to see it. Line of scrimmage is the 29-yard line. Schneitman will punt. Single safety downfield is Tony Nathan. Here's the snap to Schneitman. He boots it. Good kick that Nathan is going to call for a fair catch and take in at the 34-yard line, and he does so. So we have 9:40 left to go in the third period. Alabama out front 23-3 over the Vols as they have capitalized here in the opening moments of the third quarter, and that's a critical time, isn't it, Jerry, to see how a football game might go? Of course, we've been off-played pretty good so far, John. So the second unit offensive line is in there. We'll take a look at how they're doing. Stedman Shealy is the quarterback. He rolls to the right, fakes his pitch, keeps it to the 40, 45, 50, pull down, and Tennessee territory at the 48-yard line. Bolton came over to hit him, so did Clark Duncan.
A great option run that time by Stedman Shealy. He is almost back, you know it? He's got the quickness. He's always had that. Picks up close to first down yardage.
He's got Billy Jackson behind him, Lou Eichner, and Joe Jones. Here's the give to Jones. Jones right into a pile of humanity at the 50-yard line. Brian Ingram was the principal Tennessee tackler, dropped in for no gain. West fans here just starting to show up on the tartan turf below us. Second down and long, faces Stedman Shealy. Stedman rolls out to the right. He keeps himself, he's hit, and he gets it to about the 45-yard line on a penalty play. The official back in the left secondary saw something and heaved his... The safety, Clark Duncan, came up to make the stop. The discussion so far is just with the officials, not with either team.
They're talking out what to do, to whom, and how much to do. The flag is lying at the Tennessee 40-yard line. Apparently, it'll be against Alabama. Nope. The referee, I was looking at the wrong man. At any rate, it's a first down for Alabama.
They've come from their own 34. 15 of them come in by virtue of that penalty. Stedman Shealy keeps himself, dives over to the 22-yard line. But what a great job Stedman did. He just made 3 yards, but he was hit right as he started to hand off and managed to pull it away, retain possession, and still make 3 yards. We have 8:20 left to go in the third period. Shealy with a full house wishbone behind him, drops back. He wants to throw. He is throwing. It is completed to about the 6-yard line. And down immediately is Bruce Bolton. And he cut under the coverage. He cut under Wilbert Jones. And Shealy hit him with a perfect strike. I believe that, has Stedman thrown one today?
No, he has not thrown today.
On the year, then, Stedman Shealy is 5 out of 7. Great runner, but he ain't no bad chunker, I'll tell you that. Shealy, first and goal at the 6-yard line. Comes out, keeps himself, drives to the 3. He's down. Orange jerseys pull him down at that point. Craig Pookie led the way. And let's see. Pookie and Ingram was the other boy that was in there on the tackle. 3-yard pickup for Shealy on the option play to the left.
Second and 3 at the Tennessee 3.
Eichner, Jackson, and Haney are behind Shealy. Here is the little lob pass. It's going to be incomplete. Tennessee secondary boy made a great diagnosis of that. And it was intended for Tim Travis, one of the acting captains today. And Stedman just kind of shot-put it, just lobbed the ball over.
He'd have hummed it, he'd have got it.
Stedman calls his count. He comes out. He's keeping himself. And there was nobody to pitch to. As he tried to option the halfback, it run all the way through, and he's hit down at the 5-yard line.
You know, if he could have gotten it back, it'd have been a touchdown.
Automatic. Roland James comes up from secondary to knock him down. So we will have a second field goal attempt by Alan McElroy, who will kick from his 22. He has the wind with him. Kevin Jones will hold. Jones looks up at him. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air, and it is no good.
We're your savings place.
221 South 6th Street and in the Gadsden Mall.
Back for Tennessee, and it's David Rudder. Rudder hands to Simpson, his fullback. Simpson battles through heavy traffic close to the 22-yard line before he is swarmed under by white jerseys. Let's see who was. Marty Lyons was there. Wayne Hamilton was there. And so was Wingo. Arbo comes out. He's wide to the left. Simpson will pick up the other step back for Tennessee for you in just a moment. Alabama's defensive front shifts a little bit. Long count by David Rudder. Rudder spins, keeps himself, rolls to the right. Good option play as he gets it out to about the 25-yard line, maybe the 26. He had a block from Simpson on the way. It was Wingo who made the hit. Hamilton carried the play out. Rich Wingo, the senior linebacker, came in to make the hit at the 25-yard line. 23-3, Alabama leading with 5.5 minutes left to go in the third period of this 61st renewal of Alabama and Tennessee. 3rd and 5 faces quarterback David Rudder, who is a senior from here in Knoxville. Wide to the left is Arbo on the third down call. Split backfield behind him. Rudder comes out, wants to throw. Fires one completed to Arbo at the 40-yard line. Arbo is hit down. A great catch by Billy Arbo. Fine throw, but a particularly fine catch as he caught it on the fly. He was hit down by Bobby Smith and Mike Sutton. So another third down conversion registered by the Vols.
That's their first down of the second half, John.
Jerry Duncan had noted to it. So Tennessee 1st and 10 at their own 40. James Ferry and Simpson behind new quarterback David Rudder. They trail by 20. Here's Rudder being blitzed by Wayne Hamilton and pulled down at about the 32-yard line. Wayne Hamilton just whirled through there and hit him down far behind the line of scrimmage. Wayne Hamilton, of course, just a junior and a very highly regarded. So it's 2nd and long, 2nd and about 18 for the Vols, and they attack from the I formation. Rudder fakes inside, drops back, got some time, he throws. It is completed to the 37-yard line, and down instantly was big Reggie Harper, his tight end. The tackle was made by Ricky Gilliland, one of Alabama's fine senior linebacking corps. So that was a pickup of only 4. It will be third down. Arbo, the flanker, goes wide to the right side. Rudder dropping back. Pumping once, throwing, intercepted by Jim Bob Harris to the 50, the 45, to the 40, the 30, fumbles the football out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Jim Bob Harris coming up with his 3rd interception of the year, and he takes it down inside the 30.
John, Jim Bob Harris played it perfectly, stayed back, waited, and then when he released, had plenty of time to step in front of the intended receiver, and off he went.
So Harris intercepts. 3:10 left to go. Alabama at the Tennessee 27-yard line. Jeff Rutledge comes in with the first unit. Calls his count. Wheels out. Gives to Ogilvie. Ogilvie over the 25. Bounces down behind Mike Brock's block. Mike Brock's block to about the 22-yard line. Noonan, the principal tackler. He's the 3rd leading tackler. Now the Tide will see if they can convert an interception. Coming out again, it is to Tony Nathan. Nathan on the halfback trap gets close to first down yardage. From here it appears to be a bit short. Again, it was Noonan with help from Lee North making the stop. Player, the junior center, leads the charge out of the huddle. He's over the ball. Rutledge is behind him. 3rd and about 1 to go. The handoff going to Nathan. Nathan gets his first down plus as he roars over the 10 into the 9-yard line. 1st and 10 for Alabama with exactly 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
For Alabama, that was unofficially first down number 16.
Going from left to right as we watch him in the red helmet. So it's goal to go, but a little bit better than 9 yards. Rutledge comes out, rolls to his right. He gives to Whitman. Whitman still on his feet as he gets to about the 7-yard line. He may have bobbled the ball.
He did bobble it, but he fell right down on top of it.
All right, from the full house wishbone, Tony Nathan goes in motion to the right. Rutledge rolls to the left. He's looking. He pitches back to Travis. Travis fumbles the football, picks it up, roars into the spin zone for the touchdown. So Tim Travis on the same play that the first touchdown was scored. With the flow going to the right, they went back to the left. Rutledge's pitch out was perfect. Tim couldn't find the handle. He kind of gave it a little dribble. C.M. Newton might have watched him, Doug, on that one. And it bounced right back to him, and Tim takes it in for a 9-yard ramble. Put Alabama commandingly out front, 29-3, with 56 seconds left to go in the third period. Kevin Jones will hold. McElroy will kick. Jones awaits it. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air, and it is good. And Alabama leads 30-3. Now, here's a rather interesting statistic I'd like to call some attention to. I noticed this in reading the Tennessee statistics last night. In the second quarter, Tennessee had failed to score against any of their previous opponents. Alan McElroy will kick off, and the Vols, trailing by 27, will await it. Here's McElroy's kick. It's a bad one this time. It bounces, goes down to the 10. They're going to hope it goes out of bounds, and it does at about the 9. Recruiting year last year, as everybody knows, and we've seen some fine play on the part of some of these younger Tennessee boys this afternoon. McElroy advancing. This time his kick is a good one, should be returned, and is taken at the 5-yard line by the flyer, Robert Malone. He's looking to try to get outside, and Bart Kraut slams him down at the 22-yard line on a fine open field tackle. I tell you, Malone was hunting for the open field, but Bart Kraut is a wrong kind of area to try to go through. 49 seconds left to go in the third period. Tennessee will have the football at their own 22-yard line. Because the Tennessee people are pretty quiet. From the split backfield, the Vols roll out. Rudder keeping himself, and he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage by Wingo. And in the middle of the Alabama line, whoever was the nose guard had a hand on that. Let's see if it was Braggs or Lyles. Arbo is in the slot to the right. Man in motion is Arbo coming back this way. Rudder dropping back. Little swing pass is complete to Simpson. Simpson is hit by De Niro. Keeps his feet over the 30 to about the 32-yard, no, about the 31.5-yard line. It'll be close to first down yardage. But a good run by Simpson after he took it. So that is the end of the third period of play with the score. Alabama 30, the Tennessee Volunteers 3. All set to start the fourth period of play. Here's a quarterback sneak by David Rudder, and he gets his first down. He just took it right over the shoulders of big Robert Shaw and makes his first down before Wingo brings him down. In a minute. First down and 10, and they go from the I formation. Simpson close, Berry deep. Rudder the quarterback, 5-man front for Alabama from the 33-yard line in Tennessee territory. Here's the give to Berry. Berry roars out to the 40, to the 43, and he is pointed out of bounds. And a penalty play. He was really struck. I believe that was Jim Bob Harris. And knocked him out at the 43-yard line. I don't know what it's going to be. Jim Bob was not a late hit, I didn't think. Unless he grabbed the face mask or something. I don't know whether he grabbed him or the fellow behind him grabbed it, but I believe that's what it was. Yeah. At any rate, it's going to be a major distance against Alabama. The referee or one of the officials is going to cross the field to tell the Alabama coaches what has transpired. It's a 15-yard step-off against Alabama, giving Tennessee another first down. Jim Bob Harris saved the touchdown on that one, I'll tell you, regardless of what he did. Because that Berry can run. Here is Rudder coming out. He pitches to Berry. Berry gets away from one tackler and takes it into about the 37-yard line. Murray Legg was trying the strong safety blitz. He came up, and Berry was too quick for him. He got past him and made about 4 before Marty Lyons came in to make the stop. Morrow was helping out. Change the tide, 37-yard line. They've come from their own 22. Here's Rudder being hit and missed. Now running the football, gets it across the 35 to maybe the 33, and that was Rich Wingo, who just barely put a glove on him, you might say. Knocked him off balance, and he fell on his own. It was a real shoestring tackle by Rich to knock him off his feet. 3rd and 2. Rudder, keeping, now throws across the center, completed to Arbo at the 22, and Arbo is hit down at the 21-yard line. And I think that Jim Bob Harris was shaken up on that. He made the stop, and it was a pretty good collision. Arbo is up, and it was a fine pass by Rudder. Murray Legg has gone over. The trainers have come out. Time is out on the field for the officials and stops the clock with 13:11 left. From one possession goes into safety, 1st and 10 for Tennessee at the Tide 21. The give is to tailback Simpson, and Simpson battled his way down to the 22. Marty Lyons ripped in there to hit him down, and so did Curtis Lyles. Curtis was underneath everything. Simpson is the close back and buried it deep. 2 wide outs on the 2nd down call for the orange-clad Volunteers. The pitch back to Berry. Berry with a full head of steam drives it in to about the 11-yard line. On that quick pitch, he circles and then turns in. And Ricky Gilliland was there to hit him. And so was Marty Lyons.
You know, John, it seems like James Berry is the kind of back who lifts you up when he gets to that secondary. He doesn't run away from you. He lifts you up and tries to run over you.
And, good speed. He's 5'10", 184, but he's a hitter. He really is. 3rd and 1. Rudder under the center. Quarterback sneak. He drives it over. 1st and goal for the Vols on the 9-yard line. And that stops the clock momentarily with exactly 12 minutes left to go in the game. Alabama out front by 27. Slot formation to the right. Rudder rolling to the left. Gives to Berry. Berry's hit. Still bounces off a man. Gets it close to the 6. Rich Wingo shot right in. Hit him. But as Jerry Duncan commented a moment ago, James Berry kind of looks folks up. Over the football. Arbo is split wide to the right. 2nd and about 6.5 on the 6.5-yard line. Rudder rolling to the right, looking to throw. He does throw. Completed to the 5-yard line. Simpson takes it in for the touchdown. Murray Legg hit him at the 1. Simpson carried him on into the end zone with exactly 11 minutes left to go in the contest. So Tennessee has driven 78 yards. And it was a fine drive, particularly when they could have flopped over and died. They held together, and they've made a fine drive behind a new quarterback. So Duncan will attempt the extra point, and Billy Arbo will hold it. That was a, 7-yard pass play? Here's the snap. The kick is in the air. It is good. Timeout on the field with the score. Alabama 30, Tennessee 10.
Seven-yard toss. Duncan's extra point good. The first touchdown of the day for Tennessee against Alabama.
Here is the kick, floating downfield toward Nathan, very deep in the end zone. He decides to run it out. So here he comes, moving up the car to the 10, the 20, still in his feet at the 25. He's going to be bounced out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And Tony saw an avenue because he ran it actually about 39 yards. He was about 8 yards deep, but he saw something and capitalized on it. So a good field position for the Tide at their own 31-yard line as they start this drive. Let's pause. Jeff Rutledge will be the QB here. Alabama at their own 31-yard line. Rutledge out, giving to Ogilvie. Ogilvie in heavy traffic at the 34. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Alabama Football Network. 4-yard line, their possession. Rutledge looks to the 5-man Tennessee front. Rather long count here. He comes out. He keeps himself. He's trying to pitch out. He does get the pitch away to Tony Nathan. Nathan over the 40 to about the 45-yard line. And Jeff Rutledge again handling the football beautifully. Across the way it was Roland James. Has pulled him down finally. But that was a super play.
You're right, John. Rutledge was going down. And then got it back to Nathan. Nathan then skirted an additional 6 or 7 yards. Enough for first down number 17 for Alabama. The ball's at the Tide 45.
The clock is moving with less than 10 minutes to play. 30-10, Alabama out front. Jeff Rutledge at his own 45. The pitch back to Nathan. Nathan on the power sweep. Drives over the 50. Still in his feet, the 45 to the 41-yard line. Tony Nathan on a 14-yard rumble, and one of the Alabama boys is shaken up. Safety man had to come up to make the stop. Doug Layton has the glasses on the injured Tidesman. Super players and super prospects. Alabama just shy of the Tennessee 40. Here's Rutledge rolling out, being hit behind the line of scrimmage. The play made by Brian Ingram. And Rutledge had a man wide open downfield. He did not have a chance to get the ball loose to him. Lost back to the 46-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 16. That was on 31-yard line. But Jeff facing a tough call, 2nd and 16. He is jammed up right in the middle, gets the ball down back to the line of scrimmage. I tell you, the middle of the Alabama offensive line has just gotten beat those 2 times, beat rather soundly. Craig Pitts. Let's see what Jeff will be calling here. He comes out, drops back, still wants to throw. He pumps once, throws. It is out of bounds and incomplete. He was throwing for Bolton, and Bolton was very well covered by Tennessee. Jeff is unhappy with the situation there. As he gets up, he got a pretty good shot. And so the Tennessee fans clapping. The Tennessee 46 and the Vols are going to put a full rush on the left footer. Here's the snap. He gets his kick away. Arbo is going to call for a fair catch. Takes it in at his own 14-yard line. Arbo.
Saving place.
221 South 6th Street and in the Gadsden
Here's
Mall.
the handoff on the very first play to the tailback who slams to the 15-yard line. Berry is hit down by Wayne Hamilton and by Ricky Gilliland. Exactly 8 minutes remain to play in the contest. Alabama out front by 20. The shadows about halfway across Shields Watkins Field here at Neyland Stadium. 2nd down and 9 for the Vols from their own 15-yard line. Rudder rolling to his left. He wants to throw. Looking. He's going to run it out of there. He gets to the 20 and bingo. He's dropped at the 21-yard line. The pursuit circling out and getting to Rudder at the 21. As the umpire, Hamilton had a hand on it. So did McGriff. Rudder under the center. Shaw. Long count by Rudder. He pops one over the middle. It is completed at about the 28-yard line and down immediately. They give him forward progress to the 29 as he hits Moore. Moore tackled immediately by Alan Crumbly. But it is sufficient for the first down.
Crumbly could see that coming, John. He was coming up mighty fast, but it's like we pointed out earlier, it's almost impossible. We one that didn't hit he had not hit the ground.
Arbo is off to the right, covered by Allman. Wide side of the field is to the right. 1st and 10 call from Tennessee. Long count, too long, I believe. Yes, the flag thrown in the backfield. Tennessee will get a 5-yard. Rolling out, looking. He wants to throw, but he gets by one man. He's still moving, but he will be thrown down. Caught by Wayne Hamilton from behind at about the 12-yard line. Murray Legg caused that because he was a blitzing strong safety, and Rudder, the passer, was not able to get it away as quickly as he could, but he eluded Murray. But as he ran laterally, Wayne Hamilton, with his broad stride and speed, managed to get to him. About 27 yards to go, very long, because of the penalty and the big loss. Here is a draw play to Berry. Berry rips it through to the 20, to the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. Wayne Hamilton collects him at that point. I said Berry, it was indeed Hubert Simpson, number 32 instead of 39, to Jim Bob Harris. Alabama will have a 4-man rush this time on 3rd and long. Rudder comes out, rolls to his left. He's got a little time. He's going to run it up the middle. Gets away from one tackler. Gets to the 30. Down to about the 34-yard line. Well short of first down yardage. Ricky Gilliland made the stop. And it will be 4th down and about 5. So Schneitman comes in to punt with the line of scrimmage, the 34. And Nathan will wait downfield for the kick. Long count. Here's the snap. Schneitman has it. He boots it.
Good kick that Nathan calls for fair catch, takes in at his own 16-yard line. The ball started sailed, and I think Tony very wisely called for that fair catch because people were right down staring in his mustache. 4:17 left to go in the game as Alabama takes over on their own 16-yard line. Alabama with a lot of elements of the second and third units in there now. Shealy comes out. He gives to Jackson. Jackson gets one. That's all. He was following the block of Allison. The Tennessee forward wall came in to hammer him down at that point. Alabama splits number 86 wide to the right, and they have another man wide to the left on a second down 9 from their own 17-yard line. Shealy driving upfield himself to the 20, looking for a pitch man, couldn't find him. He's pulled down. I believe he got a first down as he moves it out to the 27-yard line. First and 10 for Alabama, and that stops the clock briefly with 3:39 left. Full house, 85,000 plus. They're at the 27-yard line. Tide's ball, Tide territory. The give is to his right halfback, James Haney, who is hit immediately. He might have picked up a foot. That's all. Bolton came in there to make the effort. So did Brian Ingram. About 9.5 yards to go. Huffstetler's at center. Shealy is being hit behind the line of scrimmage. Fine play by Brian Ingram, who pulls him down back at about the 24 before the option could even begin to generate. The Tennessee forward wall just simply beat the Alabama frontliners. 5-3 defensive set for the Volunteers. Stedman Shealy with a full house wishbone behind him. He rolls out to his left. He may throw. He cuts it loose. It's far too far over the head of the intended receiver, number 86, and we don't have him on our depth chart. At any rate, it is incomplete and stops the clock with 2:18 left to go. 30-10, Alabama leading over the Vols. Woody, Humphrey, and the punt, and the Vols will put a big rush. In fact, they may have a return on. They've got 3 men back. Here's the snap to Humphrey. They do have a return on, and it's a soaring kick that Malone calls for a fair catch and takes it in at about his own 30-yard line. Fine kick by Humphrey. Time out on the field with a score, Alabama 30, Tennessee 10.
Insured up to $40,000, FSLIC.
Tennessee swinging one out to Anthony Hancock. Hancock across the field is taken out of bounds at about the 45-yard line as David Rudder set a screen to the left, and they pick up 15 yards and get the ball out of bounds with exactly 2 minutes left. Ricky Tucker bumps him out of bounds. With exactly 2 minutes left on the big scoreboard clock. Rudder from the I formation has Emmons behind him. Long count by Rudder. Rolls out to his right, looks, pumps, throws to his big tight end. Harper completed at the 50 into Tide territory and down at about the 48-yard line. Gave him a 7-yard pickup, and the tackle was made by Phil Ullman with help from Gilliland. Wide men left and right, the split backfield. Here is the fake and the drive by the quarterback. Rudder still on his feet, 35, 30, down at about the 28, maybe the 27-yard line. And Alabama's defensive left end crashed. And Rudder ran right by him and ran down the field. A fine keep by the Tennessee quarterback. We have 1:10 left to go, and Alabama sends in, I believe, the starting defensive line. Clock is moving with less than a minute to go. Rudder from the I on the 28-yard line. Looking, fakes, drops back. He wants to throw long. He throws over the middle. It is completed to Arbo at the 10-yard line on a penalty play. We may have a roughing the passer there. as the flag was thrown there at the 30-yard line. No, the Alabama boys are clapping, so we may have a holding
Could
call.
be a holding. You're right, John. That pass was deflected by Rich Wingo. He went up and tried to intercept it. I thought for a second he had it, but it sailed through his hands and then...
47 seconds left. Alabama rushing 4. Here is Rudder pumping, throwing over the middle. Completed to Hancock. Hancock at the 22, the 20, maybe the 19-yard line. Hancock can fly, and he was in the middle and wide open, and Rudder drilled him. And the clock starts back into operation, and I think Rudder dashes up, asks for time to be called, and he gets it called with 25 seconds left on the scoreboard clock. Fighting for every yard they can get from the split backfield. Here is Rudder coming out. He throws. It is completed at the 9-yard line and pulled down immediately. Is the Tennessee back after another tipped ball. That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and he's hit down at about the 8-yard line.
The first down play stops the clock now. Tennessee calls another timeout with 18 seconds to go. This time the ball is inside the Alabama 10 at around the 8-yard line, where it'll be first and goal from there with 18 seconds left on the clock. And Tennessee, you know, won't be going for any field goal.
Tennessee has one timeout remaining. So Alabama here has got to have some pass rush, because in that situation, Tennessee will get one of those Fleet boys into the open. So the crowd on his feet, looking. Rudder looks at the Tide defense. He wheels in. He has to keep it himself. He's tackled. He's pulled down at the 8-yard line. I think Tennessee is desperately trying to call timeout, and they do. They take the last timeout they have with 13 seconds left. Jerry, was he trying to hand off? Or
I believe he was, John.
You know, it looked like he reversed out, started one day when
might have been trying it,
and I think it was a quick pop pass. We got another man hurt on the field, John. I'll tell you. Second down and goal. Tennessee at the Tide 9-yard line. He operates from the split backfield. Here's Rudder dropping back, looking, being pressured, throws over the middle. It is completed for a touchdown to the big tight end, Reggie Harper. And so Tennessee narrows the gap to 30-16 with 7 seconds left on the scoreboard clock. So Tennessee has driven 70 yards to make it 30-16. And they will simply let Duncan kick. Not concerned about going for 2. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air. It is good. 30-17, Alabama over the Tennessee Vols, as the Tennessee kickoff team comes out with 7 seconds left to go. Tony Nathan. Duncan will advance on the football, but this time he just simply kicks it away. Nathan drifts back into the end zone, takes it, and touches it down. So Alabama will come out to the 20-yard line, run one play, eat the clock up, and take victory number 31 in this series. Reggie Harper was hit right at about the 1-yard line, but the big 6'3", 220-pounder made a great effort, and he got the ball into the end zone. Stedman Sheely does indeed just fall on the football, and the lights twinkle out on the scoreboard at the far end of Neyland Stadium. And that is the end of the football game with the score, Alabama 30, Tennessee 17. We'll have some final comments in just one moment.